Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea Eppolito. I am a Las Vegas wedding planner and I am here today with you celebrating life, luxury, and above all else, love. If you are a couple that is engaged, if you are a wedding pro, or if you are just somebody who loves all things weddings, romance, and business, then welcome my friends. You are in the right place and I am so glad that you are here. Please click the button and subscribe so that you don't miss a beat and that we can continue getting to know each other while we talk about this industry that I love so much. Today's topic, we're going to talk about how to take over a client and a couple from another wedding planner. Now, if you are an engaged couple and you currently have a wedding planner and you're just not happy with the way that things are going, then this video is going to be very useful to you. It's going to help you understand the process from the pro side of things. But I'm also going to give you some tips. First, I encourage you to ask yourself, why is it that you're unhappy? It may be that you weren't able to secure your first choice venue on your first choice date. Or perhaps you realize that there are certain things that you've seen that are just out of your budget. Now, while it's your wedding planner's job to manage expectations like this, these things aren't necessarily his or her fault, per se. However, if you find that you're having a true conflict directly with your planner because they fail to communicate with you on a regular basis, because they're not responsive to your emails and don't have good answers to questions, or maybe there's been a breach of trust. In those cases, I believe that you absolutely have to make a change. I don't care who you're working with, how talented they are, the pretty at the end is nothing without the process. And so if you find yourself in a position to where you no longer feel confident and comfortable moving forward with a wedding planner that you have hired, that's a conversation that needs to happen very quickly. Explain immediately and very clearly to your planner what challenges you've had. Give them a chance to talk and let them know that you would like to find a clear and clean way to separate so that you could move forward with another event professional. I always recommend coming to an agreement that allows your planner a little bit of respect and so that they can feel good about moving forward and turning over your information to somebody that very well may be a competitor. Now, what if you're the planner who's been given an opportunity to take on a new client? How does it happen and what should you do? First things first, you want to make sure that you have a relationship with the original planner and that you're able to reach out to them. Be incredibly humble. Let them know that you've recently been retained to take over this particular client. Tell them that the client really appreciates all of the hard work and that you can see how much they've done to set you up for success. Ask them if they'd be available for a phone call or if they would be willing to provide you with a State of the Union email to let you know what's been done up until this point. Now, it's very important that during this communication, you don't start engaging in a back and forth about whose fault it was, who didn't like who, or what the issues were. It doesn't necessarily matter how and why things have come to this point. There's no value in rehashing it. It doesn't move your needle forward. Instead, you really want to focus on the future. You want to get a list of vendors that have already been secured. You want to know what the outstanding items are that still need to be done, and you would want to ask for an updated budget. Once you have those things, go on ahead and send that original planner a thank you note. Handwritten is best. You don't want to be adversarial. These things happen, and very often they're personality conflicts and not really the fault of any one particular person. Keep the lines of communication open in case you ever need to circle back to them in the future. Treat them the way you'd want to be treated. Then, you want to ask your client to send an email to all the vendors that are currently contracted for the wedding. I typically will write the introduction email and I will ask my client to send it. Now, why do I do this? I ask them to copy and paste it so that the information gets to the vendors directly from the client. So many times our creative partners are confused or concerned or they're not sure, do I really have a right to speak to this person? If they hear directly from the couple that I'm the new planner or that you're the new planner, then they know that you have the authority to work with them and that they can speak with you directly. Next, meet with your clients and tell them that you want to start from the beginning. It's not meant to be frustrating, but you want to run the initial intake as if this is a completely new client because for you, they are. Take the time to really learn about their story Ask them about the things that matter most to them, and then do the very best job that you can do to design an experience that you believe works best. But don't share it yet. I want you to have your plan in place and then go back to the information that you received from the original planner or from the couple themselves and review everything that's been done. Compare and contrast it. Review the budget and get a handle on what investments have actually been made. Once you fully understand where you are and where you're going, sit and ask your couples, what vendors are they excited about the most? Which elements of their wedding have come together absolutely perfectly? And are there any areas where they don't feel completely confident? Without making changes to the original partners and vendor agreement, what updates and adjustment can you make to really elevate this client's experience and make it better than it was before you got there? Remember, this couple has chosen to walk away from an already established relationship. They've made a big emotional investment and they're probably losing money in order to do this. They've chosen to invite you into their lives, not so that you can continue to check boxes, but because they believe that you can make a big impact and change the way that they approach their day. Do not be shy and do not be afraid to suggest adjustments that you really feel are in their best interest. Because you are the expert and you absolutely must act like one. This is your chance to change somebody's lives, to give them a beautiful day. Now, what if you come to a point and you realize in planning and design that your client has been paired with the wrong creative partner? This is really difficult and it's really sensitive for all parties involved. I personally have had circumstances where clients have come to me midway through their own planning and they have a photographer whose work they liked, but they didn't love. But the original planner had a great relationship with this person, thought it was going to be a great fit, got them some sort of a deal, and so now we've taken engagement photos and we've secured a date and we've had to terminate the contract in order to move in another direction. In other cases, I've discovered that our floral and decor partners didn't see the world the same way that my clients and I did, and I have had to work with the previous planner and the floral team in order to shift over because we had access to another florist that was just better suited. As difficult as these conversations are, I recommend that you have them quickly and directly. You need to let the vendor know that as the planning process progressed, the clients decided to make a number of changes and that sadly, they need to go in a different direction in order to have the best wedding that they possibly can. You want to do your best to protect your clients in terms of the financial repercussions, but I also believe that we owe a great amount of respect to our fellow wedding pros. And so unless there's been a truly egregious breach on the part of your vendor, I think you need to seek to protect them too. You want to come to fair terms and agreements so that the separation doesn't cost anyone more money than it needs to, client and vendor, and that it doesn't negatively impact your relationship with this partner in the future. So once you've done all that and you've gotten to really know your couple and you've solidified your team, I want you to move forward with this couple with the same amount of time, effort, and energy that you would give any other client, if not more so. This client may not have chosen you first, but they walked through fire and they went through quite a bit to find their way to you. They deserve to have an extraordinary experience, and so you do want to give them extra love, extra attention, and you want to make them feel like whatever they went through was really worth it because ultimately they found their way to you. Honor the planning process and the experience because when this client looks back, you really want them to feel nothing but happiness and appreciation for everything that you and the original planner did for them. If you've had a client come to you midway through and ask you to take over, or if you've had a client leave you during the planning process, I want to hear your story. I want to understand how we can be better at taking care of our clients, ourselves, and each other. And if you have any questions about how I've personally handled taking over clients in the past, or if you need specific advice now, know that I am here for you. You can always reach me in the comment section below, or you can send me an email. Again, I would love to have you comment, like, and share this video. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe because I love this industry. So until our next video, I am Las Vegas wedding planner Andrea Eppolito, celebrating life, luxury, and above all else, love. We'll see you soon. That's it.